Good morning and welcome to Kuala Terengganu. I'm Hannah White and I'm here with the morning show, and it's the weekend, so that means it's quarterfinals time here at the Monsoon Cup 2011. So this is the Monsoon Cup, where this week a champion will be crowned. We all went home last night and had a good night's sleep after the excitement of yesterday, and what a day it was. We started off the week with 3 potential world champions, and we went to bed yesterday with just 2 left. So let's have a look at those quarterfinal pairings and see who made it through to the next round. So it was Will Tiller of New Zealand who came out top of the qualifying rounds, and he chose to sail against Johnny Berntsen of Sweden in the quarterfinals. Phil Robertson elected to sail against Peter Gilmore. Bjorn Hansen chose Jesper Radek, and that left Ian Williams to sail against Francesco Bruni. So this morning we will head out on the water and we will see that Williams-Bruni match, the all-important match between the two guys at the top of the table, to see who goes through to the semi-finals and who will potentially take the World Championship. Now, I'm delighted to say that this morning I'm joined by Peter Gilmore. Peter, congratulations, you're through to the next round. It's a great result.
Yeah, it is. I think the sailing here has been extremely tight, probably underpinned by Torvar Murski not making it into the final 8. I think that there are nervous times in those last 3 races for many of the teams, and some Francesco Bruni just scraped one home and got in, and Ian Williams as well, and so it's quite amazing actually to see how close that racing is.
You must have been very relieved standing on the balcony watching that final race and knowing that you were through to the next round.
Oh, it was. It was pretty happy. We were having a little bit of a joke, knowing how much pressure gets on board the boat at various different times, just sort of joking about how the sailors would feel. But I think today's down to the serious business of quarterfinals. It's best of first to 3 wins, and I think it's a complete new start to the Monsoon Cup at this stage.
Now, with Torvar Murski of Australia out, this puts you in quite an exciting position. You're sitting in 4th place overall, and with Torvar gone and the potential of Bruni going out today, it could mean that the podium for the World Championship is wide open to you.
Oh, it certainly is, and I think that that's something that we've targeted at the beginning of the year, but it's really too late to start focusing on that now. All we can do is deal with the racing we have in front ahead of us, and Phil Robertson has been sailing particularly well this week, and he's going to be, I expect him to be a bit of a handful for us, and it'll be an interesting day out there today.
Now, I mean, don't worry, Phil's not going to see this before he heads out on the water. What do you know about Phil? What do you think his strengths and weaknesses are, and what are you going to target?
Well, I think his strengths are that they're a young group and they're very youthful, and been doing a lot of events over the tour this year. If you look at their ISAF rankings, the number of events they've done, I think it's 18 odd events over the past 12 months, whereas we've probably done only 7. I think his weakness is also his youthfulness, that they just don't probably have quite the same amount of experience that we have in the pressure situations, and probably B, just, making the right call at the right time. They're sort of quite happy-go-lucky, let's give it a shot and let's go blazing away. And it's slightly different styles that come into play there. So it will be interesting to see which one pans out.
And of course, you've got Bjorn Hansen of Sweden nipping at your heels. Will you be keeping an eye on his results as well?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, Bjorn's in the frame as well, and as well as the Williams Bruni situation is going to be an interesting play out as well. So, look, we'll keep an eye on all of them and just see how what pans out. But as I said, all we can deal with is what's within our power, which is our racing today.
Now, Peter, something else I wanted to talk to you about is a new rule that's been brought in here this week, which you've instigated, all to do with coaches and communications with coaches on the land to teams on the water. Just tell me how that works.
Well, I think match racing is one of those exciting sports that, first of all, the medium of television allows it to be brought into the living room. And one of the interesting aspects is that within sailing for many years, we've had this outside assistance rule, which has prevented any communication from someone outside the boat directing the sailors on how to sail better. And it seemed a natural extension with modern communications, with iPhones and iPads and whatever else, to be able to allow just simple communications between a coach and a competitor to get some advice on the race course. This is, of course, going to be linked through the International Broadcast Centre, so the viewers will be able to hear it directly, what the coaches are saying, and go, wow, that's an insightful comment from the coach, or a bit of feedback from the sailors. I said to Matthew Richard this morning, our coach for this event, I said, look, if you need to start swearing at us, please swear in French so Thierry can translate the emotion properly.
Okay, and what sort of information will Matthew be giving you and the team?
Well, I think the essential information that we'll be looking for is really certain things that you can see from an elevated position. So from the top of this building, where they'll be looking down and really be able to see things that we can't see on the water, so such as wind pressure, sides of the race course, different things where our attention may be taken away from it, where he can directly input into what's going on. So it's really like a sixth crew member that adds to the element of the racing crew.
Well, we'll see if it works out there on the water. You, of course, got Matthew Richard, and I believe that Francesco Bruni has enlisted the help of Torvar Mirsky this morning after he went out yesterday. But talking about those two, Francesco Bruni and Torvar Mirsky, we're going to have a quick look back at their race yesterday, which, in my opinion, is one of the best match races I've ever seen. He's coming up towards the pin. Torvar sitting up to windward on a starboard tack over by the committee boat. Nice start there from Bruni. He starts right down for the pin, and it's an immediate tack off to the right-hand side of the course from Mirsky. No surprises there, so a big split on the start. You're going right, Mark. I'm going left. See you at the top. He's got it.
Mirsky's got it. Oh, my goodness. So, Torvar Mirsky, first cross. There it is from the right. Torvar Mirsky, orange mainsail. Francesco Bruni, yellow mainsail. Mirsky goes clear ahead and tacks on him to defend the right-hand side. Sensible, smart, low tariff thing to do. Quick tack back, double tack from Mirsky. So that will be slightly expensive, but he keeps the right. Mirsky needs to get that boat going. He really needs to get that boat accelerated. But he's got his boat on starboard between Francesco and the mark. He will go around in front, no question. The issue is, how close will Francesco be?
He's going to be close.
Now the Talons need a good hoist here. They had a shocker on the last one. They really need to get that spinnaker up. Will it go up twisted this time?
No, it's a clean set from both boats. Bruni right in the breeze of Torvar Mirsky as his bow extends. Mirsky going for the jibe. Here we go. Bruni going for the jibe as well.
Simultaneous jibe. Bruni looking good. That's a really strong attacking position. Mirsky defending hard with the luff. He's going for it straight away. Bruni's round his bow. No problem. Bruni has the pass. Straight away on the simultaneous jibe. Fantastic work. Great jibe from the Italians. The crew work, not letting them down that time, Hannah.
No, absolutely not. Really, really good sailing from Francesco Bruni there, just managing to get the pace, roll over the top of Mirsky in that simultaneous jibe, keeping his wits about him. God, I bet his heart's beating faster than mine, and mine's beating pretty fast right now.
Here comes the cross. There he is on the right-hand side. Torvar Mirsky on the left. Francesco Bruni, that's the mark in the middle.
He's got it, Mirsky's got it.
That's the call from Hannah. She's up there. She should know.
I'm right there, right next to them, right next to the windward mark. Torvar Mirsky crosses clear ahead on starboard. Bruni right behind on port, tacking. Bruni with 2 more tacks, of course. He's going to be slower going around the mark. Mirsky rounds nice and cleanly. Bruni a little bit slower, having just done that tack, but that's no bad thing because he needs to keep clear of Mirsky ahead. Mirsky with a beautiful set around that mark. And Bruni slow as anything around that mark. Ouch. Okay, so there's a boat length between them now. Mirsky accelerating away with the orange spinnaker. Bruni slow.
What Bruni's trying to do is get close enough so that when they both jibe, he can attack once again, as we saw in the last run. Here comes a jibe from Mirsky. Bruni is not responding. Bruni knows the simultaneous jibe is not going to work. He's too far back. He's going to go for a split. And that is not the split you want to take, I don't think, Francesco.
Bruni with nice acceleration now. Bruni on the inside here, Mark. This is going to be interesting. Mirsky can't lay the finish line on this jibe, and Mirsky coming up with pace inside him.
Oh my goodness, one last final charge for Italy. It's going to be desperately close. Bruni's
this is exceptional.
Picked good pace. Bruni has good pace. He got the puff. He might have fought a little bit more time, but he's got better pressure. He looks ahead to me by my eye, Hannah.
I agree. Come on, that 10 euros. Francesco Bruni of Italy comes down. He's the yellow flag we're looking for of Francesco Bruni.
Yes.
There it is.
Oh
Look
my
at the celebrations.
That tells you everything you need to know. Francesco Bruni, a late jibe. He didn't go for a simultaneous jibe attack. He took what must have been a call to go for the better breeze on that right-hand side of the course, and went for a late jibe. He took the pressure, slid down inside the Torvar Mirsky, crossed the line in front, and he goes through to the quarterfinals.
I never thought we would have gone to needing 1 meter to be through. We are super happy now. I feel very tired now because it was very stressful. This race was very important for us. We still have a chance for the world title. 1 guy is out, and it's between us and Ian. Ian needs to watch very carefully his back. The quarterfinals are a very tough moment for everybody, and everybody can win and lose. So it's going to be about putting every extra energy we have, and we have to do it. We have to win this title.
I don't know. I mean, all credit to Keko and Francesco Bruni and his team. They just pipped us there on the line, and we're just, really devastated that we couldn't make it through this, because we felt that we were a team that could, contend for the Monsoon Cup and the World Match Racing title. That's the part that hurts the most, is that we feel like we should be contending and not being knocked out. Is the fact that we feel like we're good enough to be up there, and we've just been thrown out over some small mistakes and a few umpire calls and stuff like that. So we may never get this chance again. I don't know what our decisions are going to be for next year. Still working on that, and we've finished 2nd and 3rd on the tour in the last 2 years, and our 1st place will just look mighty fine on our resumes. So we're to not take that away is it's pretty devastating when this was one event that we felt like we could nail. That said, we did hit world #1 on the ISAF rankings the other day, and we have won 2 events this year. So it's been a bit of a roller coaster ride, but it's a bit sour taste at the end here. We fully felt like we were ready for it, and just broken.
So one of the best match racers we have seen this year on the World Match Racing Tour, but for one person a very, very disappointing end to his 2011 tour. But for one person, very, very pleased Italian going through into the quarterfinals, Francesco Bruni. I'm down on the dock. I can see Bruni at the end of the dock. We'll talk to him a little bit later, but for now I'm going to see if I can grab somebody from Team GAC Pindar, Ian Williams' team. Obviously they have made it through to the next round, so very pleased. Mal, could we grab a quick word with you? Ian Williams and his team really struggling in the qualifying rounds, but managing to scrape through and get one of the last places. Mal, it's a big day for you guys. This is it. You could win the World Championship right here, right now this morning.
Yeah, it's a huge day.
And how are you all feeling? I mean, you know, I take it wasn't a big night out on the tiles last night.
No, pretty quiet night, but yeah, we are well rested and looking forward to it. We think we can take it to Francesco, and that's what we're planning to do.
I mean, there's a huge amount of pressure, isn't there? I mean, I can't even imagine what you guys must be feeling there, knowing that this is it. You could wrap it all up here.
Yeah, you know, we're a little bit nervous, but you know, we've said to ourselves all year, if we can get better every day we go sailing, then we'll win events, and that's what we've done, and hopefully we can keep doing it.
And have you talked amongst yourself about Francesco's strengths and weaknesses and trying to target areas where you think you might be able to sort of nail him down and beat him?
Yes, we have.
And come on, he's not going to see this before we go out.
Yeah, we think if we can do what we do well, it'll be enough to rattle him, and if we can expose some of those weaknesses, then we'll take it all away.
All right, Mal, well, very best of luck. Mal Parker from Team GAC Pindar there. Of course, if they head out now and beat Francesco Bruni in the quarterfinals, then that is it. The World Championship is theirs even before they get through the semi-finals. So, speaking of the devil, Francesco Bruni here. Wow, big day, big day.
No, just a normal day in the office.
Is that how you're looking at it?
You know, we have to try to minimize as much as possible the pressure, the press, the media. So we are trying to minimizing you. So we have to do like what we do every day, our line exercises, and you know, our homework, so that we don't feel any pressure, and we do our best, because otherwise we won't sail our best race.
And he can't hear us, so don't worry about it. What are Ian's weaknesses? What bits are you going to target to try and expose weaknesses for him?
Okay, there are not many, but this week is not being great on the starting line. He had some few problems, and we had a very, very high rate of good starts this week. So we will try to start ahead and stay ahead.
Because he thinks he's going to try and rattle you. Are you rattleable?
No, I'm not.
Okay, well, Francesco, very best of luck out there on the water. Of course, if Francesco Bruni wins his matches against Ian Williams, he could possibly win the World Championship. It's not a mathematical certainty, but we shall have to wait and see. I'm just walking past now the team of Bjorn Hansen. I'm wondering if we can just nip down and have a word with one of those. Of course, those guys doing very well in qualification. Let me just shout over and see. Bjorn? Got 2 minutes. Just in the middle of a briefing, but very kindly coming over to talk to us. Here we are, it's quarterfinals day.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
How are you feeling?
Fantastic. It's going to be a really fun day, and we're really looking forward to race Jesper again. We have some unfinished business from last year when he beat us in the petite final, so yeah, we're looking forward to it.
Now tell me about the pick yesterday. You chose Jesper so that Ian Williams and Francesco Bruni raced against each other. Was that more to do with you wanting to sail Jesper over those two, or more so that you could take one of Ian and Bruni out of the equation early on?
Yeah, I mean, well, it was a tough pick for sure. I mean, we were talking a lot about it, and we wouldn't prefer any of the three in front of the other, but we felt that as we didn't really prefer anyone, we thought that it would be a good thing for Ian and Bruni to make up for the gold medal.
Okay, battling it out like an
Yeah.
old married couple on the water. I love it. Thank you very much, Bjorn.
you.
Good luck this morning. Bjorn Hansen racing against Jesper Radek of Denmark there. But of course, we are getting closer to those all-important quarterfinals. And out there on the racecourse, time is just as important.
Can Williams cross? No, Williams definitely couldn't cross.
So time all important out on the water, but one more guest this morning, Phil Robertson, is just found on the dock. Phil, you chose to take on the old wily fox of the Monsoon Cup, Peter Gilmore himself. Talk me through your decision about that.
Yeah, it's never easy, I think, a decision. So, yeah, I mean, we didn't really want to pick the top, Ian or Bruni, who are going for the World Championships. We thought it'd be good to see them fight it out themselves. And, I mean, Jesper was probably our next pick, and Jesper or Peter, and I think Peter just felt right to pick him, so we did.
So we talked to Peter this morning, and he reckoned that both your strength and your weakness was youth. How do you feel about that?
Nah, it's the pup's going to run circles around the old dogs, I think, today. So we'll see.
Okay, and have you identified any sort of areas of weakness within Peter and his sailing that you're sort of going to target? You know, what do you think his weakest link is out there on the water?
Definitely his age, I think. Nah, look, we're definitely young, and I think we can run around the boat a bit quicker. And yeah, I mean, he is old and does struggle to move, and so he doesn't have many weaknesses, to be honest. So we'll just go out there and give it 100%, and if we can beat him, then fantastic. And if we don't, I think we've put on a good show anyway. So.
But either way, chuffed to be through to the quarterfinals.
Yeah, absolutely, really happy, and yeah, I mean, it would be disappointing to lose, but no, we're very confident and just going to keep sailing the way we've been sailing.
Okay, great, Phil. Well, very best of luck against, in your words, the old man himself. So, the old dog. I won't tell him you said that. So, plenty of ways to follow all the action here today. We'll be back with you live between 3 and 5. But if you haven't done so already, please do log on and download our brand new e-zine, The Full Guide to Match Racing. Match Racing 360. Issue 2 of Match Racing 360, the world's first e-zine dedicated to match racing, is now available for download at matchrace.com. So as well as getting that, please do log on to Facebook, follow us there, follow us on Twitter, go onto the website. You can also check out our full live broadcast times online on the website WMRT.com. We are going live on the internet. We're also going live on TVs today across the world. So tune in, don't miss the action here in Malaysia for the Monsoon Cup 2011.